Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. So the news about Klay Thompson and Megan Thee Stallion's breakup has been all the talk all week long. Ever since Megan exposed Klay for cheating on her, everybody has had something to say about it, and it's been kind of divided. I've seen people defend Megan, and I've seen some people actually take up for Klay.
How come you couldn't just break up and go on your merry way? How come you couldn't just say, Klay Thompson and I are no longer together, and leave it at that? Why we got to dog the brother out?
We didn't know Klay Thompson before Meg Thee Stallion. We didn't know Stefan Diggs before Cardi B. And while these guys have more money than these girls have social and global influence. Meg Thee Stallion made Klay a global star, whether he wants to admit or not. These men like to use these women for come-ups and for social status because, don't ever get it twisted, girls. Social currency is still a currency. If you are well known in your circle and you are well respected, a guy can use that for social come-up because being with you makes him look good. If Meg Thee Stallion is dating him, he must be popping. He must be giving guys. You need to be very, very careful because guys are users just like girls.
When they don't even know all the details, only what you tell. I'm quite sure Klay Thompson got a different version of what the hell happened. You don't see him talking about it. He don't deserve that.
Megan fans are online saying that Klay Thompson would have been nobody without Megan Thee Stallion, that nobody would have ever known who he was until she gave him a chance. Some of you are saying that he lucky that Megan decided to settle for him.
No, he's talking about Klay. No, niggas be like, yo, Klay Thompson fumbled Meg Thee Stallion. And then we gotta sit here and fake be careful with our words. You rap about being a hoe. Mad rappers f you. She promotes having wet ass pussy and f mad other rappers. And then you get with a nigga, he don't want to be monogamous and he fumbled. What's the thinking?
How's he gonna settle down if she preaching sluttery?
As you can see, people had a lot of different opinions about this whole breakup. And I will say I do feel a little bad for Megan because, like I said in my previous video, she really was into him. She really wanted this relationship to work, and Klay wasn't really honest with his intentions up front. You know, he had her in his house. They actually purchased a home together, it seemed. She was cooking for him. He had her around his family. He named a boat after her. He was making it seem like there was something more when it wasn't the whole time. He didn't really want to be monogamous with her at all, but he gave her false hope, and that was wrong of him to do. I do wish that Megan vetted him a little better because Klay has a history of being called out a couple of times by some of his previous girlfriends for cheating. This is a character issue with him. I know Megan assumed that he was a nice guy.
This is my first relationship where I ever been with somebody who's genuinely a nice person.
But a nice guy doesn't equal a good guy. You have to always look at the actions and the pattern of his behavior. I think Megan missed some of those red flags, which is why I don't think it was wise for her to go public with him so soon. Sadly, I do think Megan's reputation played a part in that. I think he saw her as a fun time and she was trying to prove to him otherwise, but Klay didn't care about that. He just used her for her body and her social status. Some people might disagree, feeling like since he's a 4-time NBA champion, he wouldn't use her for status. But a lot of athletes are looking to expand their name outside the sports world. Him being with Megan did bring new eyes on him. And according to the T, he has been in the DMs of another celebrity woman.
We've heard from a source very close to the situation that throughout Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson's whole relationship, Klay Thompson has been sliding into the DMs regularly of at least one prominent woman.
Yeah, this is alleged, but this is what we heard from a very well-placed source.
Yeah, it's not really alleged. We know someone who saw it. We know someone who saw the DMs.
That right there tells me a lot. He wasn't just satisfied with Megan. He was looking for another celebrity woman. People saying there's no way Klay would use Megan for social status are probably not paying attention because Klay's career is winding down. He is no longer with the Warriors, and while he had a lot of prestige there, he got traded to another team and isn't playing as well as he used to. Him getting with a major celebrity gives him a certain type of attention that he was missing. After Klay was put on blast by Megan, he did come out riding on his boat. He seemed unbothered, but he's getting eaten up out here. Meanwhile, Megan and her team are milking the sympathy. She just ended her run on the Broadway show Moulin Rouge early, and they framed it as if she was heartbroken over this relationship. I don't really think that was the case. Megan has other things lined up: the Met Gala, new music, launching her new era. She left the Broadway show early to prepare for her next move, but it makes for a more dramatic storyline to say she left because she's brokenhearted. Meanwhile, Klay is getting dragged left and right. See, Klay, he should have never gotten with Megan, especially if he was going to play around. There's this one guy who went viral for calling out Stephen A. Smith for basically defending Klay.
He's a great NBA player and a future Hall of Famer.
But he's also a cheater, pussy nigga.
Hat Guy was really roasting Stephen A., and Klay actually went into his comments and said, "Please go touch grass." The guy replied, "Stop touching other women, gang. Take some accountability." Klay is not going to live this down for a while, but I also want to talk about the WNBA player Lexi Brown, who was dragged into this mess. There was a tweet that went viral accusing her of being Klay's side chick. Lexi has since come out and denied these rumors. She released a statement saying,
"Me and Klay do know each other because we both play professional basketball. I would have considered him a friend. I do not know Meg Thee Stallion at all. You know, today, I'm still the only person that has denied this entire situation of my involvement and claim that this is 100% false. And the fact that I'm still the only one that is defending my name, I have no idea how to process that. There's this massive outcry for protecting Black women, and nobody has mentioned Lexi Brown's name in any of those conversations. Because again, I have no idea what is going on. I have no involvement. I've had no communication at all whatsoever during their relationship. So for them to just allow me to get dragged, for a lot of people to allow me to get dragged through the mud for, I don't know, it seems like 4 days now. Surely somebody that knows the truth, and that is almost everybody involved, knows that I was not involved in this situation at all, would surely step in and say something. And it didn't happen. I was getting threats on my life. I was getting threats on my health. My family started getting comments and threats from people. I've had to hire security to travel with me places. So it got to a point where I just was scared for myself.
His right here is sad. The way people get so parasocial is really scary and crazy to me. Why would they go out of their way to threaten her and her family? People in this world are really crazy. I'm glad Lexi at least said something, because Megan isn't going to call her fans off, and Klay doesn't care enough to say anything either. Even though he really should be the one to defend her, him saying something might even make it worse, because they're just going to drag him either way. People need to leave Lexi alone. Anyway, tell me what you all think about this video down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.